Winnats Head Cave. So doesn't go anywhere down that way. Doesn't go anywhere down that way. That's the entrance, exit, one way in, one way out on this. That's the way through, leading to the boulder chalk down to Fox's chamber. Videoed this once before, but video quality was on a DSLR, so I'll do a tidgy bit, not much videoing. After you, pal. Me and Alan again, as always.
Batman filter.
It's not too bad, that one. It's the bottom end after the Foxes where it gets really tight. And that's the first little pop through. That's where we just come through. That's what Alan called the Fatman filter. This is the first chamber. Sorry if this shit's filming because I'm trying to hold the camera in my hand. I'm going to get through quicker than this one. One-handed. And here we go. First chamber. It's not so big, this one. It's only small. I'm going to have to get some extra light on it so we can see we can light it up. There we go. It's not big. So I don't, it doesn't have a name, this one, just the first chamber, and what Alan stood on, that's the way through. Yeah, that's the hairy way. Excuse me. This is where all the boulder chalk is.
So that old piece of rope from 1940.
I don't even know why that's there, because it's not like you can't. You don't need a rope anywhere through this boulder chalk, not unless it's done something weird since we were in last, but I doubt it.
Probably more to show you the way.
Yeah, it is a bit higgledy-piggledy. It has been a big chamber this at one time, but it's all collapsed in. I'd imagine this would have been one big huge pitch through to Fox's chamber till it become a game of plunk, where everything's just held together. Anyway, probably won't do much filming through this, but I'm doing it on a phone. Right, in the boulders. Oh, we've come through that route. Camera doesn't catch it, does it? I said that on the last video. There's all there. There's big boulders, there's more boulders, there's some just hanging there, don't know what by. Try and get down. Me GoPro on my helmet, but yeah, can't be bothered. And I don't want to leave me phone in the car. They go, still on it. Oh, and I feel like shit because I had the flu jab yesterday and I just want to be in bed.
I think it's this.
No, yeah, you've got the, that's moved.
I'm sure it is.
Isn't it? That's it. There's a piece that's like on the side window that you go through, you'll see it. As you go through, there's a slot in the ground, just wait there if there's no. It's all.
No, mate. It's not for fatties.
Yeah, and this isn't the tight part, is it? The tight part's the rib breaker. Oh. There's definitely been tiny bits of movement. You can see the fresh rock. Well, I suppose in here the rose is going to be.
It might be better off because the top, mate. It's hard to say, really.
Yeah.
It's wherever you can fit.
I'll tell you a little story when we get to one piece of it about when I was solo hub caving down there or what. Right, I'll just pack this away. Yeah. Yep. So this is Fox's chamber. That's, you can just see Alan down there, and that's quite a big chamber. That route, there's a rope. You can see a rope going up. Somebody bolted a route up the wall to see if there was a passage in the ceiling. Oh, nothing there. And he left it in, and it's been there years, and it's a bit risky trying to go up to get it back out again because you know I'd have to rebolt the route or use that rope, and it's probably not in good condition. It's been here that long. Try and get around here, and then just try to recall. There's a couple of little further passages you can go down, but don't go anywhere. So this ledge here, if I remember rightly, you can, and I've only ever been in it once, and it's either that or that, but I think it's that. You can go around the ledge, climb over, end up in a little rift, slip down a little slippy boulder on the other side, full of mud, and it's hilarious trying to get back over it. Quite a big chamber. The route on is down near where Alan is, through the floor again. You can just about see him down there. And the roof's full of pretties, full of stalagmites. You don't get to see many of them down there in Derbyshire caves, but this is one that's got some in it. Right, so here's my old dig. So 3 of us started doing it initially. 3 or 4 of us. We tried that way, then we went that way, then we did that way, and then nobody came on it again except me on my own. I used to come down on my own. So, and then I just stopped doing it after a while because other more promising digs came up. Shit, mate. Yeah. It's a big old chamber, isn't it, that just ends. Well, it doesn't end really, because again, that used to be, this goes all the way down to that little lake. We call it a lake. It's not a lake, is it? We call it a lake. I don't even think it sumps. I think somebody's tried to dive it, haven't they? I think it's just boulders again and mud, this glacial mud holding the water in there, so it doesn't go anywhere. We call it a lake. It's not a lake by any stretch of the imagination. It probably used to be a huge cave before it all decided to collapse down the hole. I mean, the scallops are massive, so it must have big scallop, so it must have took a serious volume of water. Again, loads of pretties in the roof and what have you. So I was digging this way, hoping it would go somewhere. But it's like it's this glacial clay. It's bloody hard to dig, especially on your own. It's like filling a bucket up, and I don't think it does that. I think this is just the end, and but you know, it could have gone somewhere, I suppose. But it might do still. Who knows? Somebody wants to take it up. There we go. Because it looks like a carrying on passage, doesn't it? You know, it does look like it carries on in the main chamber. Okay, so this is the past Fox's chamber, the next little set of boulders that you wiggle your way through. Bits of wood holding shit back. I don't think it's freaking doing anything, to be frank. Whatever Frank is. So this is your first vertical squeeze downwards. Yeah. Shins haven't moved. No, I think it's pretty solid, this one. Tight, isn't it? What? See, the going down's the alright part. Yeah. It's the coming back up that's the hard, but you know, like you're going down with gravity, aren't you? If that makes sense. You're down? Yeah. I might have to lower this case down to you. On the rope? Yeah. So I've had to do a voiceover on this piece because I end up swearing my head off on this next piece that my friend Alan's going through. This used to be quite a nice little piece to get through. It was quite tight. You can see it on the other video, which is poorer quality. Quite challenging, but you know, you can get through it. I didn't quite reckon that or take on board at this point. Somebody's opened it up even wider. Now, whoever's opened it up, if they got through the previous piece, they'd have fitted through this piece as well. So I can't understand for the life of me why they've opened this section up. I don't know, could be anything in experience, I have no idea. Although somebody who's inexperienced won't be doing this cave system. So why they've widened it to get through down into what we call a lake, which is technically a sump. It's just beyond me. They've just ruined a challenging piece of the cave system, which was fun to do. Now, if this was a new cave and you were got to this point and you couldn't physically fit through, then it is practice to open it up enough to get through it to be able to explore beyond it. But this cave has been explored for a long, long time beyond this point. Like I say, it goes down to the what I call the lake, and then there's another section which goes off slightly to the left, which we call the sewer, which you'll see later on in the video, which leads to an SRT part of the cave system. So whoever's done that, thanks very much for ruining a really fun part of the cave. If you watch my previous video, even though it's poorer quality, you'll see the difference in the size of the slot that Alan's going through. Disappointed, angry, shouldn't have been done, but it is what it is, it's done now. Right, now that I've managed to calm down a little bit, that's where we just come through. What used to be a really tight squeeze, which isn't a tight squeeze anymore. Dive line has been put in. Hang on, let me get some light on it, because I'll get your torch out, because this is just sucking up the... I'll put this one there. There you go. The green's just sucking up the light, innit? So there must be... Oh, you can see over there. Yeah, passage over there. So they're obviously diving a continuation of that. Yeah. Idiots. Yeah, this is what they call the sewer down here where Alan's going, so we'll have a bob over there and have a look at that. I'll go. Right, so this is, I don't know, it's called a sewer. In the guidebook I've always called the sewer, it might be. So this leads through into part of the cave where you start doing all of it there upwards. And there it goes, flat out. And yeah, the lake's just up here, obviously being held back by rocks and wood. So it's just another little small chamber. This is the end of the cave unless you want to do SRT and do the SRT trip through there. You'll bring all your ropes up. Oh,
This is vertically upwards. It's coming.
to get hold of.
I know, you're going to jam your knee and your foot across it.
Fucking joking, aren't you?
Or even just...
You see what the weird part is about this? Whoever's blasted that bottom piece open...
Yeah, must have got through this.
Must have got through this piece. And this piece is harder than that piece ever was. So why... I don't get why they've opened that piece up. It's just weird. It's beyond me. I mean, this is... I tell you what, though. I'll tell you what I am feeling.
What's that?
I already had my operation in my shoulder.
Oh, right.
Because I can't extend it.
There you go. You're an inch higher.
Yeah, but I'm still on bleeding floor.
Oh, yeah, alright.
The problem is I can't push up on my shoulder because it's where I had the operation, mate.
Yeah.
Right, that's my feet off the floor, but I'm not going up. Holy shit, that's tight. You know when you're going down, your chest doesn't... You can
Just for people...
unexpand your chest, can't you? You don't breathe
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
But when you're going up, your chest, naturally...
Just for people watching the video, you've got to get up here to get out. It's the only way out.
Right, I'm just going to pin myself a minute.
Yeah, that's what I
Give
did.
my arm a rest.
That's where I rested. Have you got your knee in a groove in the rock?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's where I got to. Yeah.
That I really felt like on that, where I had that shoulder operation though.
Yeah.
But it's wet here, isn't it? So you can't stay long.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's tight. But it's not tight, is it? There's more.
Just, there's nothing to put your feet on. Smooth, isn't it? Just smooth.
Yeah, so I can't understand why you ever open that bottom raise up. It did annoy me a little bit that they'd done that. I can get if you push in a cave that nobody's ever been beyond it, then you open it up just enough so you can get through it. But once the cave's been explored, all you're doing then is you're damaging the cave, aren't you? For the sake of it. If you can't get beyond it, and somebody else has already been beyond it. I mean, how many times have we pushed a cave, a virgin cave, got somewhere and thought, we're not going to damage that.
Yeah.
And we've left it because we didn't want to damage it.
Nice one.
Yeah, that's if anything, just awkward. Hey, Bayek.
Crikey. See your breath on here, like loads of steam going past.
Tell you what, mate. That's the way we're going. I guess you're out of breath.
Through more boulders.
I'm knackered now.